In this next tutorial, I will tell you the 8 signs of a toxic workplace. Now, a toxic workplace is not good for your sanity, mental health, or development. However, if you know the signs to look out for that your workplace might be toxic and the options you have available, you can do something about it. So, if you are working for a company that you think might be toxic, or if you are applying for a job and you want to know the red flags to look out for, make sure you stay tuned because this will be a very helpful tutorial. Also, if you think you already work for a toxic employer, please tell me in the comments section below the video. Please share your experiences and tell me what you have to endure at work that is challenging or frustrating. Okay, let me now work through those 8 signs a workplace could be toxic. The first sign of a toxic workplace is employees who talk about their colleagues behind their back. They are quick to criticize or complain about their co-workers, but they say it to other people instead of the person they have the issue with. Now, this is a terrible trait for an employee to have because it is not only disrespectful, but it breeds a lack of trust in the workplace. Now, if the person who is being talked about finds out, relationships in the team could break down, making the working environment very difficult for everyone to be involved in. So, what should you do if someone is talking about you at work behind your back? Well, my advice is to either ignore it and be the better person, or speak to them in private about it. Ask them not to be disrespectful. Tell them if they do have an issue with you or your work performance, you would be happy to discuss it in a mature and professional manner. The second sign of a toxic workplace is a manager who takes the credit for other people's good work or ideas. Have you ever been in a situation where a manager or co-worker gets the praise for one of your ideas or the great work you carried out? If you have, then you will know how demotivating it is. But always remember this: if someone is prepared to take the credit for someone else's good work, they will eventually get found out. So, what should you do if a manager is taking the credit for your good work? Well, my advice is to speak to them about it. If you don't, they could keep doing it and it will make you reluctant to be your best at work and put forward ideas. Ask to speak to them in private and say this: I understand we are all working as part of the same team, but it would be appreciated if I could be acknowledged for any ideas I put forward or good work I complete. I wasn't recognised recently for my work, which makes me feel unvalued. Thank you. The third sign of a toxic workplace is that inappropriate language or bullying goes unchallenged. Now, unfortunately, some people in the workplace think it's funny to make fun of others or use language and actions that make people feel inferior or upset. This is not acceptable. However, it is common for the person who is being bullied or spoken about unfavourably to not say anything because they want to fit in and be part of the team. If they do speak out, they think it could make matters worse. Now, if someone is on the receiving end of inappropriate comments, discriminatory language or bullying, I recommend they keep a diary of what is being said before speaking to their immediate supervisor about it. If they don't want to speak to their manager or supervisor, they could say the following the next time someone says something that is unacceptable. Do you think that type of comment should be allowed in the workplace? Now, by asking them that question, it's opening up a debate and putting the onus on them to decide whether it's right or not. And I can pretty much guarantee the offending person will stop and think before saying any more hurtful or unacceptable comments in the workplace. The fourth sign of a toxic workplace is some team members receive better treatment or opportunities than everyone else. Now, the best organisations are the ones who create an inclusive working environment where there is equal opportunity for everyone. Nobody is treated better than anyone else. Instead, everyone is respected, valued, and given the same opportunities. Now, if you are working for a company you think is treating some individuals better than others, write down a list of the things you want. Now, your list could include equal pay, better training or development opportunities, or even promotion. Then approach your boss and ask them what you need to do to receive the opportunities or benefits you want. That way, you will have a clear path of what you need to do to receive everything you desire, and your boss will be aware of your aspirations. The fifth sign of a toxic workplace is there's no room for error, and employees are punished unfairly for any mistakes they make. Now, the best organisations are the ones that give you the freedom to do your work and make mistakes every now and then, providing you learn from them. Now, the worst organisations, in my opinion, are the ones that punish you unreasonably every time you unwittingly do something wrong. These organisations tend to have employees who are fearful of their managers and supervisors. So if you work for an organisation like that, the next time your manager punishes you for making a mistake, say this: "I understand it's frustrating when people make mistakes, and I do apologise. However, I think a better approach would be to create a working environment where mistakes are seen as an opportunity for us all to learn and grow as a team." The sixth sign of a toxic workplace is micromanaging. Now, a manager or leader who micromanages their employees is saying to them, "I don't trust you." If you work for a manager who is constantly checking up on you, correcting your work, or watching your every move over your shoulder, say the following: "What can I do to reassure you that my work is being completed on time and to the required standard?" Now, if you ask your manager that question, it makes them aware that they are micromanaging and you feel uneasy about it. The seventh sign of a toxic workplace is gaslighting. Now, gaslighting is when your reality is repeatedly questioned by a manager, leader, or authority figure. I'll give you an example. So one of your co-workers makes a comment about you that is inappropriate. When you inform your manager about it, they tell you you're being too sensitive. Now, if you are being gaslighted at work, it is important to stand your ground, maintain your position, and speak out confidently and calmly. Tell your manager you are not happy and you would like them to take positive action to rectify the problem you have raised. If they won't, you have the option of taking it further and possibly speaking to the Human Resources Department about it. The eighth sign of a toxic workplace is a high turnover of staff. Now, unfortunately, some workplaces are so bad, people leave pretty much soon after starting work there. Either the management team don't care, or they are too insular in their thinking to realise there's a problem. If you think you work for one of these organisations and you are unhappy in your work, consider finding another employer. Now, the next thing to do is make sure you click that link at the top of this video and head through to my next training tutorial, which is how to deal with a toxic boss. Make sure you check that video out. Also, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I am here to help you progress throughout your career. I can only do that if you are subscribed. Please give the video a like because that motivates me to create more content for you. And don't forget to connect with me on LinkedIn. I have put my LinkedIn link in the description below the video. It's always a pleasure to connect with like-minded professionals such as yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you all the best for passing your job interview and progressing throughout your career. Have a great day.